Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose at jorose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you the numerology forecast for May 2025. 2025 is a 9 energy. How do we know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. In a year of 9, we will see, hear and feel endings. It's the number of releasing, conclusion, the finale, letting go. It's also the number of forgiveness and transformation. Some of these endings may be painful, some uplifting, the rest very much needed, even if you don't feel so in the moment. As we move further up the numbers in this current epicycle, note the lessons from each month build on the previous month. Last month's 4 was about foundations, those falling away and those standing firm and strong in the storm. Everything is energy, and in a year of 9, it may feel too much, too soon, without time to restabilize and heal. On Easter Monday at 7:35 a.m, it was announced that the leader, White Pope, had passed away. Now, he was a unique Pope because he wasn't just the White Pope, he was the Black Pope and the Red Pope. And whilst I don't really understand the Red Pope, the Black Pope is the Jesuit Pope. The Jesuits were supposedly gone only for 41 years. They returned and have had much control since then. There's one other Pope, which is the Grey Pope. Seldom seen, little heard about him, but it is rumoured that he's the one that pulls the strings and works in the shadows. And in the 12th century, Saint Malachi prophesied that there would be 112 popes, with the final one after Pope Benedict, which is the previous pope that Pope Francis succeeded. I mentioned that the announcement of the Pope's death was at 7:35. I deliberately mentioned this because that combination of numbers, not in that particular order, is quite important. On the day the Pope passed away in 753 BC, Rome was founded. On the same day that the announcement of the Pope's death takes place, Klaus Schwab announces his resignation, not for the first time, but actually to stand down with immediate effect. His replacement is none other than the CEO of Nestlé, Peter Brabeck-Letmathe. Now, you may have heard of him because he's the one that thinks that water shouldn't be freely accessible. It's a commodity like food. We hear these stories about watch the water. Is this what they mean by watch the water? And has he been brought into the limelight? The day after this, Klaus Schwab is under investigation for allegations of financial and ethical misconduct. Klaus founded the WEF 55 years ago. Both Klaus Schwab and Pope Francis were in their 88th year. On the day of this, the 21st of April, had Queen Elizabeth still been alive, she would have been in her 99th year. Now, there's a lot of master numbers there, and even I, with my numerology, don't go that deep into the higher numbers. But the elite, the globalists, the monarchy, etc. do. I once turned my back on numerology because I was fearful of what it was all about. When I realised that secret societies and Illuminati used it, I thought, oh, it's a bit dark, I'm not going to go there. And then as I watched what was going on, I thought, better to know than not. And it's helped me tremendously work through the energy, because the energy that the numbers highlight is just like a weather forecast. It's the energies of the highs and the lows. Now, watch the water is quite interesting. What do the water companies really do? They make water bottles. And with all of the landfills filled with water bottles, are the cows really the problem? We have to look at the controllers and what's going on. Are we seeing the downfall, the end of the papacy, the end of the WEF? Is the establishment falling? And are we fighting for our freedom right now? May is a 5 energy, added to the year of 9 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So it's a 5 energy, but a 14-5 with a karmic debt. Something will be repaid in this. It may feel like hard work, and it may just add more traumatic experience to the already releasing 9. But on the 28th of April, Europe had a massive blackout. The 28th of April, if we work that number, it comes to a 14-5. 14-5, expect the unexpected. Well, how can you expect the unexpected? You can't. But the more you've used the energy from the previous month, the more grounded you are, the more you let go of the illusory external world, the more prepared you will be. You won't automatically go into panic, and you'll go into solution stage. With the power outage, there was no transport. Yes, the cars worked because they had petrol. The electric ones probably would have stopped quite quickly, but the traffic lights weren't working. So there was a lot of confusion and congestions. Retail couldn't take place because there was no banking system. The computer said no. This means there was no food. Many were stranded on trains that had to get off and couldn't get home. Many shops and restaurants could not produce food. They could not cook it. There was no heat. There was no refrigeration, no light. It happened in the day, and people, while in the chaos, are calm. But day soon turned to night, and night brings in the demons, the fears, the worries. Fortunately, most of the power is back on, but the consequences will take a period of time to rectify and catch up on itself. Here's a point that shows us the digital world does not serve us. Those with gas may well still be able to cook, and yet they want to get rid of gas. This experience with the blackouts could have led to major disasters, and with 9 being the number of charity, major disasters are a big cover-up and the ability for charities to be formed. They're out there to help with an earthquake or a flood or a disaster, a fire. Many charities are cover-ups for money funnels. So be mindful where you put your money, who you donate to. They're very good at pulling on the heartstrings and having you give the little that you have, when the millionaires and billionaires have so much more and can fix this in a snap of a finger. The best time to steal money is in a crisis. And I said to you in my 2025 video, watch the charities in a year when much will fall. You might ask how they get away with it. It's all done with the nice and then the underhand. Businesses know that there's a demand. They hike the prices. Cost of living goes through the roof. Poor mismanagement of funds, trucks breaking down, refrigeration stopping. There is a waste. We have no idea if the supplies were even there. Be mindful about the charities, and remember that charity begins at home. 5 is the number of disruption, and that was a lot of disruption that took place and will continue to take place. And is this just a taster? Because that was a day. We're about to have a whole month of this 14-5 energy. It's not chaos, it's planned. Have you noticed that chaos always has a solution? Because they've already made the solution for the agenda they want. They create the chaos that has you follow through, that this is it. And the more chaoses we have, and the more they come up with the solutions, the more we let go and become nannified. In a year of letting go, is it time to let go of the nanny state? Is it time to let go of the controllers? Is it time to demand that the government officials that are paid by us, that work for us, actually work for us, or go? The 5 is about change. You can choose to change, or change will be forced upon you. Interesting. Will that power outage be pushed in the UK over the coming weeks when the Supreme Court meets to discuss the dimming of the sun. Now, just because this has appeared in the media, and there is a petition out there, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Don't think that this is new, because if you do, you've had your head in the clouds. And I'm not surprised, because they make the clouds constantly. Why would they choose to reflect the sun away from us? It's all unprovable. By losing the sun, and if you remember last month, I talk about the sun and the son of the creator, and the sun being the soul and the connection to the soul. The sun is our life force. The sun creates the food. The sun gives us the vitamin D3. And for all those that were mad enough to install the solar panels, the sun gives us energy. Without the sun, how are those solar panels going to even work? And was this another scam that they put in place just to get more money out of the people? Without the sun, dis-ease and lack of energy influence will drain us, opening up probabilities for us to become sick. Denying the sun is denying Earth. For Earth is the sacred vessel. She is our first home. She is our mama. With Easter out of the way and most of the chocolate egg already consumed and no big major chocolate festival around until Halloween, perhaps this month do a sugar detox. Are you aware that most of us have parasites and sugar feeds the parasites? And are you aware that most of these parasites lead to the dis-ease, the ailing joints, the arthritis, brain fog, fatigue, and even the cancers? Riddle me this. If the flu jab gives you the flu, the shingles jab gives you shingles, and the COVID jab gives you COVID, what will the new cancer jab give you? There is a book, I'm going to leave the name of the book here. Can't remember the author right now, but there is a book out there that explains about the herbs and the healing. The Bible explains that we have been given everything to heal ourselves. But there are 3 good herbs out there that are very well known and used to eradicate cancer. Red clover, green walnut whole extract, and sweet wormwood. Ivermectin can also do this. That you can't get in every country. Sometimes you have to get it on prescription. But these herbs are ready available. Detoxing the sugar and eradicating the parasites will make a huge difference to our well-being, your well-being. While I was sharing all of that, there was a list of signs of parasites. Anyone who has a pet is 100% likely to have parasites. So spend this month looking after you. Spend this month freeing yourself from what shouldn't be in your body rent-free. Deny it. It's addiction that it needs. Because 5 is a number of addiction. 5 is the middle number of the 1 to 9. It brings us to a crossroads. What are we going to do? Do we go forward, backwards, left or right? You need a compass, don't you? The compass has been the news. And have you ever looked at the letters in the news and the letters of the compass? The compass has north, east, south and west. And yet the news is north, east, west and south. We all have a compass within us. It's our intuition. Now, we may be at that crossroads and dealing with fear or anger. It's tough, I know. You are not alone. There are endless people out there at their own crossroads dealing with fear or anger. And how can you make a decision of which way to go? Go into the fear, go into the anger and see where it stems from. Is it something you're allowing to be done to you? Is it something you're doing to you? Is it something that you're doing because you think you have to acquiesce? We're all sovereign beings, and you need to find it within you, your free will, to say yes or no to what is or is not serving you. Moving forward, you cannot blame or shame anyone or your past. It's brought you to this point. Everybody is a guide, our teacher. As much as they are a student, so are we. Everybody is bringing you lessons. It's time to really understand the lessons. If you are in a soul-destroying job, ask yourself why you're there. You may say, I need the money to pay the bills. You probably do. Do your bills need to be that high? Could you do a different job that actually makes you feel more fulfilled, that possibly values you better? It's hard in a world when AI is taking over. When the Gen Xers think, what's the point? They do multi-level streaming of income. They use AI because whether you're a graduate out there looking for a job that may not get you to retirement, and there may be no retirement at the end of the day, and if there is, it's taxed back, how will you manage to live on the peanuts that you'll get? And what about the professionals that have been all in doing it and now being superseded by the AI? It's harder for them because they've already created a family that they've got to feed and clothe and look after. AI is not our friend. So before you jump into the AI, step back and ask yourself what experience it's giving you. It's sold on let's help you, but it's actually taking over jobs. You go to the supermarkets now and there's no one to serve you, just a machine. We are losing our freedom to robots. Is that the kind of life you want? It's time to bring back the hands-on traditional stuff. 5 says go out there and experience, explore, evolve. What skills can you learn this month that you've not done before? It may surprise you. It may enlighten you. It may elevate you. It could even fulfill you. It could even be another route into how you can create an income or your main income. Next door, there are builders building that house. While they have power tools, they are still doing the job. Those that sew are still doing the job. Those that cook are still doing the job. Have you noticed that processed food has got no vitality or energy or goodness because too many machines touch it? There is something about the human that nothing else can replicate. You may feel like you want to escape. The 5 is about addiction, escapism. Be mindful if you are running away or running towards. It's time to take stock. If you can't solve it yourself, seek help, seek guidance. All too quickly in our rat race world, we call someone else in to do a job, when if we took the time out, got off the black box, we could find out how to do it ourselves. And I'm telling you, as someone that does that, it is so rewarding when you fix something or make something not so nice look beautiful. It's rewarding to see the lawn mowed and the beds clean in the garden, or the house clean, or a good, wholesome food on the table. The 5 says get out of your way and do the opposite to what you've always been doing. After all, you keep doing the same thing, getting the same results. That's madness. If you're in the wrong job, look how you can change it. If you're in a relationship that is literally suffocating you, get out. If your health is not working, you need to make changes. Easier said than done. I do not disagree with you on that. But once you start making the changes and feel the benefit, you'll be thankful for it. 5 is the number of attraction and detraction. What you put out there, you can receive. So notice whether you are a smiley person that attracts more smiles, or you are a frowny person that attracts more frowns. We get given what we are putting out there, so set your intention. 5 is the number of sex, drugs and rock and roll. Be mindful of your relationships, and affairs are not really rewarding. Value your body. It's a sacred place It's a sacred temple that houses your soul. And do you know that energy is so intense? Who is in your bubble or touching you? They leave their energy. There was an experience that took place in my house recently. And after the experience, which wasn't good, I could feel the energy. And my friends came round and I found the sage and I said, girls, I need to get rid of this energy. We had such a laugh doing it because we wanted to put joy back in that. If I hadn't have cleared it, I feel like I would still have known the energy. If things aren't serving you, you need to let them go. We're in a year of letting go, and we're letting go because we've either done with it, it's no good for us, but we want space to evolve into the next level. And while 5 is about progressive change, it's great to have change, providing it is not depleting us or killing us or taking the foundations away of the essence of us as man and woman. Whether the power outage in Europe was from some energy in the atmosphere or the sun, or whether it was man-made, it's all the outside world. Either way, it is a wake-up call to stop existing and start living, to stop surviving and start thriving. It's your life, spelled L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. It's the foundations of life. If your world is working well, 5 is about promotion. Maybe go for a promotion. Get out and promote yourself. It's good for meeting new people. 5 is about variety, doing different things, not being stuck or stagnant. 5 is about experience and experiential growth. 5 is about movement. Do we go forward, backwards, left or right? All the time we are stuck with our head in a black box. We're going nowhere. And we're actually becoming insular and less of consciousness the more we do this. With net zero being forced on us, how is it that the elites can fly to space and back, and yet we can't run our cars? One thing often said to children is, do as I say, not as I do. If you're one of the parents or people that say that, you want to think twice about that statement. Because remember that one day your child will follow your example. A father says to his son, "Be careful where you walk." And the son responded, "You be careful. Remember that I follow in your footsteps." There's 2 things here before I close this video off, and that is, the elites tell us, the globalists, the governments tell us what to do, and they do the opposite. They have big cars and private jets and eat the best of everything. And yet we are living in poverty. We are held back. We cannot do all of those things. And while I'm thinking of the spaceship, the Blue Origin and the New Shepard, it's very interesting that the news is reporting that it could be fake. With those that are awake and aware and realise that the moon landings could never have happened, and that Elon Musk and SpaceX wants to go to Mars, in order to get it back on track, will Jeff Bezos take the fall as in a fake space with those flimsy suits and those cackling girls, when if you actually look, those girls, those ladies behave no differently than the men crew that go up there? Is it real? Or is it an illusion? And back to the statement, do as I say, not as I do. Be mindful of the people you say that to. Because what kind of world, what kind of lesson, what kind of instruction, what kind of guidance are you giving them? The same guidance you've been given, and that's why we are at this point. It's time to change, and it starts with you. And when you make the change, you change it for your ancestors' past and your ancestors' future. What was the suffering of your parents? What were the lessons your parents gave you? And some were openly given, and others came with a backhander. It's not what happens to us, it's how we grow from it. The world is a stage. Everyone is an actor. Is now the time you take the leading role in your production. 5 is about adventure, but the biggest venture, go within and watch how your world expands. In a year of letting go and in the month of freedom, don't let go of your freedom. Your freedom to choose, your freedom to speak, your freedom to move. Because with each drip they do, our world is getting smaller and smaller until we're suffocated. But you have the power. You can make the change. Those that didn't get the jab are still here and alive. They didn't follow suit. Do not listen to everything they say. You need to go out and experience the world and find the answers for you. It's a great month for adventure. It's a great month for new things. Maybe go away on holiday. Be careful if there's a blackout. Make sure you can get home. Have a great month. And if you're in any of the countries that celebrate Mother's Day, because we've already done it in the UK in March, but to all of you that celebrating Mother's Day, remember that without the mother, none of us have life. Whether that is the human mother giving birth to you, the child, or whether that is Mother Earth with every bit of abundance she has offering us. If you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notifications. And please share. If you've got any questions that you want answered, simple questions, numerology questions, or things that are going on, let's start working out how I can create more videos that give you bigger insights in using the energy. Thank you for watching. Have a brilliant May, and may the 4th be with you. Enjoy your month, and I'll see you in my next video.